What's going on, everybody? This is Shamarcus, and this is Shamarcus Talks. And on this episode, we're going to talk about fears and laziness. And my guest today is none other than Miss Wow herself. She's a wellness coach. She's a motivational speaker. She's a fit mom to the fittest of everybody I know. She says she's my biggest cheerleader. However, I'm her biggest cheerleader. I want everybody to help me introduce Miss Olivia. What's going on, sister?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Man, like what the people don't know, this is so long in the making. She'll tell you this, like, this is so long in the making. Like, you don't understand. How long we've been trying to do this?
About what? 3-4 months now?
3-4 months. 3-4 months.
Yeah, 3-4 months.
And every time I talk to her, y'all, it's like I get a chill. Every time I talk to her, I get a chill.
Me too.
Because it's just live. It's just live. I've been knowing Liv. How long we know each other? For like,
oh God, since 04.
03.
No, 03.
03.
Yep. 03. Since 03.
03. And like day one, we was cool. Day one was cool.
Off the bat.
Day one was cool. And then now where we are in our journey, it's like I have to talk to Liv. I like every time I'm down, it's only a couple of people I can actually really call and make me just, that's what I needed. And she is one of those people.
Who would have thunk it though? Like, yes. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought that we would be at a space where our frequency is so aligned that, you know, we bounce those wisdom, not even those ideas, but wisdom off each other. Wisdom was one of the first things that God created. And you know, you cannot even manage to live life without wisdom. It is the direction for your life, actually. So
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is all right. We got to get this started because y'all don't understand. Me and her all day, talk all day, 24. All right, so we talking about fear and laziness because that's one of the things. And I know you, with all of the stuff that you have going on, you will be able to help, because one of the last times we talked about this, and you put so much emphasis, so much everything into this that I said, we got to put this on my podcast. Like, whatever it is you got to do is fine, but we got to put this on the podcast. So without any further ado, what makes people not go for their dreams? Let's start off there. I know that for me, it was more of a fear thing. And I was scared because I really didn't know. And that's one of the things. So what can you tell me about that?
And I'll take this to the bank. I'll bet anybody, if you have breath up in you, the only two things that will keep you from being successful, and there's only two, is your fear for the process and your laziness for the process. Those two things.
Wow. That was deep, because that, like, we finna go into it now. Go into it.
Let's go.
What's the difference between fear and laziness?
Fear is the uncertainty of what could possibly happen, good or bad. Fear is something we conjure up in our head. You know, we premeditate what's going to happen in our head when it comes to pursuing something. Because for one, we're so human oriented. You know how you family oriented? We are human oriented. We latch on to people's words. We latch on to the fab. And so the fear of, will I be successful enough? Will people like what I'm doing? Will they accept it? Everybody wants to be accepted. No one wants to not be accepted. And so the fear of knowing that somebody might say something bad is devastating to us. So we run from the situation. And so the uncertainty is the fear of not knowing, could this possibly work, right? And then you have laziness. Laziness is, well, there's a chance I know this gonna work, but do I really want to put in the process? Do I want to use the brain power to actually, map out or make a blueprint to be successful in this? Do I want to deal with the outcome of, keeping up with the money generated for it, or the publicity that comes with it, the pressures of having to maintain this thing over and over and over and over and over and over? So laziness kicks in. I don't have time for that. So we go to what's norm for us, and that's that 9 to 5. No shade to 9 to 5. I'm just saying it's already a program set in place. It's already been formulated by somebody, right? So instead of us having to do all the brain work and the footwork for our purpose, we go to something that's already established. I don't have time for that. So let me just go on ahead and just sit back and watch others be successful.
Wow. Bars.
That's the two difference.
Bars, bruh. Like, y'all don't understand. Boom, mic drop, like whatever. Like, y'all don't understand. This is why I call her when I'm down, because of that. Like, that was so deep to like y'all gonna have to rewind that one and then play it back and then rewind it again and then play it back, just so you get the full meaning of what she just said. But with that being said, I got a question for you, and this is finna go down this rabbit hole that I love you going down. How can people overcome fear and laziness?
The question should be, can it be overcome? Yes, it can be overcome. The question should really be, can it be overcome? Can anybody be successful at this thing? Absolutely. Okay. Let's jab into fear, right? Out of my 42 years, I would say at least 30 some out of those years I've lived in fear and laziness all at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And especially if you know God, it is easy for you to fall into the two categories. All right, so let's talk about fear. How can we get over fear? It's inevitable, because as humans at this point, we've built a muscle for fear. It's inevitable now, right? So it's gonna come up because our mind is distorted. Our mind is swooned with a lot of nonsense, especially with social media being a factor. So we don't have a lot of strong minds out there, and that's why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, because of the mindset, right? But here's the code. And a basic code at that. People say practice makes perfect. I do not believe in that. I think it's a fallacy. I think it is not so true. If you're perfect, you might as well go ahead and go on to the good Lord. There's no need for you here. I mean, there is no involvement, no elevating, no nothing for you, because you figured it out, right? But for those of us that are mere, humans, little gods, we recognize that practice means consistency plus repetition equals success. This is how I train my clients. You cannot automatically assume you will get the exact body that you want. You have to be consistent about doing this training over and over and over so you could be successful. We want successful wins. You have yet to see any football team, any basketball team win one time, and that's the season for them, right? They celebrate a lot of successes and wins, correct?
Correct.
So that's how we need to live our life. So now let me give you another narrative. A lot of you don't know how to speak French or Spanish. If you were not born into that culture, you don't know how to speak it. However, we as kids to teenagers to adults had to be in a classroom where you went to Spanish class maybe once out of the week or 2 times out of the week for 45 minutes till the semester or the year was up, till you graduated from wherever you graduated. You went in only knowing cómo estás. You left out knowing cómo estás, muy bien, y tú, You knew certain things. Why? Because you were consistent about going to class, and you repeatedly wrote those sentences and those words, and you heard it over and over. That is what consistent means. Consistency about doing something over and over and over so you can get success stories. Who don't want to see a bunch of success stories? So if you want to get over your fear, fear says that I'm going to stop you from doing something. The God in you says, if I'm consistent about doing this over and over and over, surely I will be successful. If I'm not an IT tech and have never done anything with IT, I know I need to take my butt to a class or be on YouTube at a certain time of the day over and over and over. Surely I will know something about IT. So if I can accomplish that and learn Spanish and learn IT and learn how to be a parent and learn how to do all this, be a coach, be a cook, it's gonna take practice. So do I want perfect? No, I want success stories. So you can accomplish and you can slay any fear dragon that comes your way by being repetitious with your practice, by being consistent on a certain day at a certain time and doing it over and over for anywhere from 10 to maybe an hour. And you'll slay that fear dragon. So that fear that you was worrying about going ahead and pursuing your purpose in life, we all know everybody isn't liked. We all know people are liked. So if you practice latching on to the ones that do like you, or think your idea or product or purpose is one that is needed, you need to latch on to those that it's going to speak to, not to the ones it's not going to speak to. God is a big God. So why would he make everybody the same? Your job is to focus on the ones that it is supposed to reach. And in order to slay that fear dragon, you got to be consistent plus repetition, and you'll have that success that you're looking for. Be intentional about doing something over and over, and I promise you, all those fears will eliminate itself. Now, let's go to laziness. For those of us that are so talented that there's not something or anything that they cannot do, right? They get it at first try, but they're bored. Well, you're bored because you haven't sat down and wrote it out and made it plain. Isn't that what it says in the Bible?
Yep.
You're bored because you don't have a plan. You're bored because for some odd reason, it's not attractive enough for you in your head to literally map out your day-to-day, to make a to-do list. We're conquerors by nature. So if I make a list, I'm going to surely want to conquer something on that list, right? So if you make a plan, that laziness would then start to dissolve itself. You'll become busy. Laziness lies in a pool of boredom. So because you're bored, right, you need to entertain yourself by entertaining the blueprint that actually go with that purpose or that very thing, that desire that you're wanting to do. And if you don't do that, you're not going to have the energy to literally conquer whatever it is that you're wanting to do because you don't have a plan. So how do we conquer laziness? It's by making a plan, writing it down and making it plain. You writing it down, making it plain, saying it 1,000 times as an affirmation is like engraving that very purpose in a stone that cannot be removed ever. That is you solidifying that you and God have made this agreement, this verbal agreement. And it's easy to find somebody that love you and that's going to want to be, they say where two or more are gathered, right? You can find somebody that's going to be two or more gathered and pray on your behalf. And even if you don't, there's a bigger God that we serve, and that once you show him or her, whatever the spirit is, whatever God is, I guarantee you, there is nothing or no one that can deter you from that plan. And so now your laziness has been conquered. I always say to people all the time that no weapon formed against me shall and will ever prosper, because I am the weapon formed against me that will always prosper. But check this out, good or bad, I will always prosper. My thoughts alone hold if I'm successful or not. But if I put into practice, consistency plus repetition equals success, write it down and make it plain, engrave it, it's gold. It took me 42 years to finally get to this point. And I'm taking baby steps. I do not urge anybody that have been obese mentally and spiritually to try to take on the world in one day. I urge you to do a little bit at a time. I urge you to do the small things at a time. Like if it's you wanting to work out, I want you to do at least 5 to 10 minutes of workout for the next 2 weeks. Consistency plus repetition equals success. Watch what happens. Your energy level goes up. Your clothes starts to fit different. Your mood starts to be a little bit happier. You have a clear head. We talked about that. All this is a vision. And in order to even try to accomplish all this, you have to have the vision. The vision has to be plain. Well, Olivia, I don't understand. I don't understand about the vision being plain because I really don't know what I want to do. Oh, yes, you do. You want to know why you know what you're supposed to do? Right. It's because you keep going back to that very thing that you say you're unsure about. Well, God is allowing you to go through all this right now because you asked him to strengthen you, right? So if he strengthens you, then that's when adversities come. So we know you can't gain muscles without lifting weights and hurting, right? So those adversities come, so don't knock them. The adversities come so you can be strengthened. Now let's look at vision. You want God to give you a vision. Of course, you're going to have blurs and obstacles in your way because he needs you to have a tunnel vision about what it is you are looking and wanting to do, your very purpose. You need to see it so clearly through those distractions that if the distractions come when you're finally strengthened, you'll be like, hey, that has nothing to do with my goal. And you can comfortably tell people to remove themselves or find a place in this here purpose, and we can move forward. Wow. Take that fear with you. Go ahead.
Again, this is the reason. This, like, y'all don't understand. Y'all gonna have to rewind it. Again, see, y'all just gonna have to replay this one because she is saying so much stuff. This is the reason why I call her whenever I'm not feeling as good or about everything that I'm going through, because even when I'm out, she will be there to say stuff like that. And y'all don't understand. That was so many bars, so many mic drops, so many everything just from just that one question. So, oh my God, wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Like, that one is one that I needed as of right now.
Yeah.
As of right now.
Me too. Look, y'all need to share. If you want to give a present to your friends, share this YouTube. Share this YouTube message.
Oh my God.
He's doing a great cause, man. You're doing a great cause. I'm so freaking proud of you. I can't even tell you how proud I am of you. Like, hopefully I am showing how proud I am of you versus me saying it. So you're doing a wonderful job.
By far, the showing is way more than the telling, because we talk, but
right.
It's just the little things. Like,
right.
When this is all off topic. It is what it is. This is why it's a podcast. Every time I think of you, this is no lie. Every time I think of you, I'm like, man, I need to call Liv. Like a day, max two. Either I call you or my phone rings. And I remember when I was driving to work one time, and this is all off topic. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
When I was driving to work one time and you was on my mind, I'm like, I need to call her. It is what it is. So I'm driving to work calling you. And I remember exactly what you said. It was like, I've been meaning to call you for 2 days. Remember that? And we went.
I remember where I was caught.
And it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Every time you have to have people that's going to help you out, whatever your purpose is. And I don't know where this is coming from, but hey, it is what it is. You have to have people that's with you, that's going to help you go through those tough times, regardless of what it is, regardless of how big it may be, regardless of how small you think it is. You're going to need people with you. And God is going to put people in your life for that particular reason. Right. Like what she said earlier, who would thought all those years ago we will be here now? And every time I need her, she's always there. Every time she needs me, I like, you understand, I try. It's only a couple of people that I try to answer on every ring. She is one of them. She is one of them. Whenever I go to where she at, because I don't know if you want me to tell everybody where you at, but every time I go to Dallas, it's a couple people I have to call. A couple. She is one of those people. Yeah. She is, and before we even end this, I want to personally say thank you for everything, all of this stuff. Like you're supposed to give people their roses when they're here, and like,
absolutely,
here go these bouquets, and let me just throw them one by one.
Look, thank you. I enjoy flowers. That's my thing.
Man,
flowers make me happy.
Hey, that's what it is. And so I don't know where this is coming from, but it is what it is. I keep saying it. So remember the last time I was in Dallas? Last time I was in Dallas, I came to Dallas. I called you up. I'm like, hey, sis, I'm in Dallas. All right, let's go.
You came to the soccer game.
No, it was the stadium. Remember, you took me to the stadium. The last time I came, you took me to the stadium. It was like whatever it was.
The restaurant?
Like, yes.
American Airlines Center.
Yes, I don't. Again, I'm not big in Dallas, so I don't know. But
yeah.
To say it was like, hey, I'm in Dallas. I think I may have gave you an hour to. I didn't give you a whole day. I'm like, hey, I'm in Dallas right now. All right, where you at? I'm like, I'm here. She was like, okay, come here. Let's go have lunch. And we called some other people to have lunch.
Yep, it was brunch time.
It was brunch time. Oh my God.
It was brunch time.
Y'all, this food, by far,
fun.
Bomb.com. And it was a couple things that I don't know if I can say it, but it's a couple things that we do. You told me to do one thing, and I've been doing it consistently at 12 o'clock, and I'm not going to say what it is.
Boom! Keep it quiet.
Hey, I do it. The second thing is, I don't remember if you probably do, but you told me some stuff that it took until maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, to hit me, to actually hit me. We were sitting, it was just me and you, because we had walked out from everybody else, and we were sitting outside of the little thing.
Yeah.
And you remember what you told me. I'm not going to say it, but it took until a couple weeks ago that was like.
For it to register?
Oh my God. like register ain't the word. Like, hit Stone Cold Steve Austin me. And again, thank you for that. I'm sorry I went all off course.
No, you're good. You're good. I think mostly what you are getting at is the fact that, you got to be mindful of your village. I think we are bougie in a lot of areas that probably don't count the most. Your village, you need to be bougie with. Because it's important. It's imperative that everybody is somewhat on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like it is. Do for me as I do for you. People have to understand that what used to make you tick and have fun, in your college years, your high school years, can't very well be the level you need to be on now. And so your circle is gonna change, and it's okay. I'm having some weird lighting situation, but it's really okay that okay, I think I got it. That it works itself out when it comes to your village. Like I have, when I tell you my circle of friends has dialed back and dialed down because I needed to be careful, especially with where I'm going right now. If I'm not my full authentic self, how am I gonna try to give back with the gift that God gave me? And so when you are, and I don't want to even say wounded, but when you are in a season where you need to grow, a lot of the times you got to isolate yourself. It's just like any living plant. You have to isolate it. You have to put up stakes. You have to try to stand it up. And you got to be mindful of the type of material you use to try to, help that plant grow tall. And so you can't use everything. That means you can't have a bunch of friends around you. Yeah, we can get out into the public and have fun, but when it comes back into that inner circle, that home, that cocoon, you can't be with everybody. You just cannot. You either going to do a solitary confinement type situation with yourself, or you're going to have like a small group of people. I knew I needed to elevate, so my circle went small. Period. And it's no shade. You either going to understand this is my growing season, or you're going to be like, oh, Olivia's acting funny and I'm not with that. She's not doing what we used to do. I can't do what we used to do anymore because the purpose is bigger than you and I put together. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to understand it. God is going to take his time with you as far as the vision is concerned. And just like that fall we were talking about, you're going to get a little bit of the vision and it's going to look so clear to you. But as time progresses, there are other areas that has to be tweaked. Now the vision looks even bigger. Now you got to try to focus your eyes to see every aspect of that vision. Now you got to work for every aspect of that vision. Then boom, you go to the next level. It grows again. This is just life. And so everybody can't be around because somebody's going to throw you off track. I easily get distracted. So I can't have anything around me or anyone around me, not even my kid. When it's time for me to, like, if I have to focus because my brain went like this and I need to really understand it, I do this number. Give me a minute. So it's just like with your friends. Give me a minute. I told you about what I went through this morning, how I had to explain, look, I'm on a wave right now. I'm on this path. I got to stay on this path. This is where I have to be. You either going to align with it or you need to go on ahead and fall back for a second. We'll meet back up, but you're going to have to fall back for a second and learn and practice how to be assertive with your words to where it's loving, but it's to a point and that they understand. Does that make sense? And don't be afraid of the outcome. Again, if you are afraid, start practicing it with certain people and certain things. How to say yes, how to say no. Again, it goes back to the law. Consistency plus repetition equals success.
Period. Oh my God. Y'all, that's fire. Like every time. And I know that I know I went off, but man, I needed to.
It's okay.
To actually, I don't know where it came from. And every time we talk, it's stuff that come out of me that just, I don't even know where it came from. And it's all because of you. So thank you again. So
my pleasure.
Wrapping this thing on up. So
okay.
Where can people find you? What are you doing? What's your vision going to be going forward? I need to know all of this stuff. And at the end down below, I'm going to put all of her information, because just like I call her, I don't know if you can call her, but just know that she will give you that same attention, either if it's working out, because she is the fittest person. Fit is. Fit is, mama.
I do weird things. I do weird things.
She's she where I want to be. So tell me about all this, and I'm gonna put all your stuff at the bottom. Talk to me.
All right, so you guys can find me at on IG at Workout Olivia's Ways with an S. That's WOWOLIVIASWAYS. So Workout Olivia's Ways on IG. TikTok is the same at Workout Olivia's Ways. On Facebook, it'll be w.o.w Workout Olivia's Ways on Facebook. All right. And then if you want to email me, that is wowlifestyles@gmail.com. Like he said, I am a wellness coach. I do train mind, body, and spirit. I also am the founder of Wow Smoothie Chick. I do smoothies. Nothing, literally vegetables, herbs, and fruits. No milk, no dairy, none of that, nuts, none of that. And so I do ship. Shout out to the ship. And I am a motivational speaker. If you need anybody to hold you accountable, I got you. I like to throw wisdom out there and receive back. So doing all this makes me a wellness coach. So that's how they can find me, friend. You want to talk to me, DM me, inbox me, email me, and I will respond to you.
Bars. I gotta say it soft. Bars. Y'all don't understand. Yeah. This you see how we went deep? We went scratch the surface, we went deep, and then now we back. And this is every time we talk. Every time we talk. And it's not like we don't talk for years. Like we have last time we talked was like a couple weeks ago, something like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like and for us to have that same wavelength, like that's amazing. That's amazing.
Like we pick up where we started. Oh, but I did want to drop this. You asked me, what am I doing? So shout out to God for allowing us to see the last month of the year. We lost a lot of casualties. You know, you and I, our school, we've been losing a lot of people from UAPB, from Pine Bluff. But we were able to see December 1st. So that's gratitude for one. I actually have a couple of things brewing. December 24th, Christmas Eve, I do Gas That Cash. I spontaneously did it in the middle of the pandemic at a Black-owned gas station where we were able to service. It started out at $200 by me personally. People literally started pouring into the Cash App, and we ended up giving up to close to $1,500 to maybe $2,000 of gas in the neighborhood.
Wow.
My neighborhood, of course, in Oak Cliff. Oak Cliff, that's my hood. Yeah. But, you know, and this is what I'm talking about, walking with that fear until it drops itself off. Not you, but it drops itself off. When I say this was spontaneously done, dude, this was spontaneously done, and it was a big success. It kind of went viral there. So we're looking for, I guess, this second annual one. I just got off the phone with the business owner. It's going down December 24th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the very location that we had it. I will be going live on every platform, and I expect for everybody to go live right along with me. And just, you know, there will be a Cash App drop for that very reason, for Traveling Changes. That's my nonprofit organization. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to give back to the community. Gas. Who doesn't need gas? You know, gas is high nowadays. So what we do, we give anywhere from $10 on up, spontaneously $20 in people's gas tank, right? So this is what happens until every funding that is given for that gas is depleted. So yeah, so all across the world and all across the nation, I need y'all to, when y'all see that Cash App start dropping, pay for somebody, gift that way, literally gift that way. So that's what we will be doing for my nonprofit, and I'm super excited about it. And then January 10th through the 14th, that is the power of manifestation. And I will be collaborating with Powerhouse, and we will be talking about manifestation. I don't know if you remember, I did a manifestation week where I was doing some magnificent things for me, sitting in my dream car with an Aston Martin. I sat in that thing, to being at a $1.8 million townhouse in a beautiful location here in DF-Dub in Dallas-Fort Worth area. Just to write it down, make it plain. I needed to touch it. I needed to not only see it, but touch it, right? And the next one will be skydiving. I bought my ticket, so that's how I ended that 7-day manifestation. And so around that time, I will be jumping from the airplane. I'll be skydiving. So that will really kick off that manifestation week. So that's what your sister got going on, along with other events, with Wild Fit Party events.
Oh my God. That's a lot. That's when you know you got a lot. That's when you know God is working in mysterious ways. You know what I mean? Just to have all of that. And man, I'm not gonna hold you because I know you have a lot to do.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I love you. You are,
I love you.
Hey, you already know where you are in my heart. Like for real, no cap, no nothing. Like, oh my God, thank you again. Thank you. Thank you back.
Hey, y'all go follow him. I need y'all to click that subscribe button for him now, and share that with your loved ones. Bye, brother.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Mwah.